Hey guys, welcome back. We are looking at Disarm by the Smashing Pumpkins. Really fun song to play, really fun acoustic guitar song to play, and uses some fingerings that are very common on the guitar in open position. So let's go over the chords real quick. You may see some different tabs out there, but I like this fingering because it really keeps this note on top, so kind of like a drone. So we've got an E minor 7, open, 2, 2, open, 3, and I'm kind of leaving the first string out, but if it rings, no big deal. And my fingers are 1, 2, and 4 there. I recommend using 4, much more comfortable for the hand. Then all you do is lift up your index off of string 5 and put finger 3 on string 5 fret 3, C add 9. So that is string 5 fret 3, string 4 fret 2, open string 3, and string 2 fret 3. Then just take these two fingers, bump them up to strings 6 and 5, so we've got basically just a G chord. String 6 fret 3, string 5 fret 2, open 4, open 3, and still that string 2 fret 3. And then a D over F sharp chord, which is just changing our bass note. So I've got string 6 fret 2 with finger 1, open A, or open string 5, open string 4, string 3 fret 2 with finger 2, and then still with my pinky finger 4 on string 2 fret 3, sorry. So those are all the chords. You will encounter just a standard C major down the road here. Okay, so first we'll just go through the order of the chords for each section, and then I'll talk a little bit more detail about the strum pattern. So for the verse, you're going to play this chord progression 4 times: E minor 7, C add 9, and G, and D over F sharp. So the G and the D over F sharp split that last measure. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C add 9, 2 and 4 and G and 2 and 3 and stay on G and D over F sharp. Play that 4 times, and then you're going to end on a C chord for 2 measures. The chorus is going to be C, stay on C, E minor 7, and D major, and C, you play that 3 times, and then you're going to transition out of the chorus back to the verse with this E minor 7 to a D, so that's the only part where that strum pattern, that constant 8th note feel, gets broken up. And then end on a C chord. 4 measures. Then you go back to the verse and you do the verse all over again, and then we go to the chorus / outro. So that second chorus is going to be the same pattern, 2 measures of C, and E minor 7, and D. Play that 3 times. And then after the 3rd time, 2 measures of C major. And then here goes our outro. So it's going to be D for 1 measure, E minor for 1 measure, and C. So basically just changing the order of chords. Repeat that 3 times. D for 1 measure, E minor for one measure, and C for two. Play it one more time, and then it goes to D major, E minor, D over F sharp, E minor, D over F sharp, E minor, and it ends on a C chord. Okay, so now with the strum pattern, it's basically just going to be constant eighth notes, down, 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 down. Just want to keep a really loose wrist, small little flicks with the pick. You don't want to have a huge motion there because you're just going to tire out and tense up. So you don't have to get through every string every time, just staying real close to the strings and not moving too much, swinging from the elbow. So when you're getting your left and right hand to communicate with one another, I think that's the best way to approach it initially, just down strums. And then you just speed it up little by little. Now, one thing you can do to add a little bit of color or excitement to the strum pattern is to have a chord anticipation. So if I were to play the E minor 7 and the C add 9 back to back without a chord anticipation, it would sound like this. Just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If I do play with the chord anticipation, it's just going to come in a half of a beat early. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you could do that in any spot. Just, once you're feeling the groove of the song, you can start to freely use stuff like that. So that's one thing. Another is to throw in some quick down up 16th note strumming. So and you can use that on the chord transition. So on and so forth. So quick little snappy 16th note down up strumming. When you have a chord going for 3 or 4 measures, you could throw some 16th notes in there, but he typically uses it transitioning from one chord to another. And the last thing is to add accents. So let's say if we're just strumming no chord anticipation, no 16th notes, all down strumming 8th notes, I'm going to put just some accents in there. I'm going to hit some chords on certain beats a little bit harder. So I'll go through one time just basic, and then I'll add some accents. We can add some 16th notes, quick down up strumming, and chord anticipations with that, and it really changes the structure of that strum pattern. So basic here, now a chord anticipation, and some 16th notes. Okay, now I'll just go through each section, calling out each chord, just so we can kind of have that all put together, because it may have been a little confusing the first time. So verse 1, E minor 7. add 9, G, D over F sharp, again, C add 9, and G, D over F sharp. Third time here, C add 9, G, and D over F sharp. E minor 7 is the fourth time, C add 9 and G, and D, and C. That's what you'll play for every verse. And then for the chorus, C, for 2 measures, and E minor 7 and D, and C. Play that 3 times for the chorus, and then the transition out of the chorus back to the verse is going to be that little section where we hold the chords, we let them sustain a little bit longer. So that was E minor 7 to D, back to E minor 7, back to D, and then C for 4 measures. Then that goes back to the verse and the chorus, and then we have the outro. Outro is going to be D, E minor, C for 2 measures. Play that 3 times, and then D, E minor, D over F sharp, E minor, D over F sharp, and E minor, and end on a C. I can provide some sheet music. That one, is just a little bit lengthy, so going over those chords, it might be kind of hard to catch up. But if you have questions or you want to see some sheet music, send me a message and I'll be happy to provide that. But in any case, it's really just 4 chords, and work on getting the chord transitions and the constant 8th note down strumming happening, and then add a little bit of color with the 16th notes, a little quick down up, some accents, chord anticipation, some cool little things happening there to make something that was otherwise pretty simple sound pretty cool. So have fun, guys, and see you in the next video. Thanks.